morning, Katribu. Welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to morning news source only here at Daily Tribune. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune Now on YouTube, and at Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. I'm Nicholas Price, bringing you the morning's top stories. Let's kick things off with today's weather. Pag-asa continues to monitor Tropical Storm Moon, still outside the Philippine Area of Responsibility, located 2,500 kilometers east-northeast of northern Luzon. Meanwhile, a low-pressure area inside PAR may develop into a tropical depression. Monsoon rains will persist over Metro Manila, parts of Luzon, and western Visayas. Meanwhile, several areas in Metro Manila and nearby provinces suspended classes on July 3 due to heavy rains brought by the southwest monsoon. Pag-asa raised a yellow warning at 5 a.m., warning of possible floods. Cities like Valenzuela, Pasig, Muntinlupa, and more recently Malabon and Las Piñas have called off in-person classes. Suspension also covers parts of Cagayan Valley, Cavite, and Rizal. Lighter but persistent rains are expected in surrounding areas. Stay tuned for further updates and visit Daily Tribune's website for the latest news on class suspensions. The heavy rains on Thursday morning caused traffic delays and commuter woes across Metro Manila. Road crashes were reported at Quezon Avenue, in the Araneta Split westbound and Commonwealth Philcoa involving multiple vehicles. Flooding also affected areas like Quirino Guazon, Andrew Tramo, and the EDSA Shaw Tunnel, though all areas remain passable as of this report. In Valenzuela, parts of MacArthur Highway saw water levels of up to 5 inches. MMDA enforcers are on site managing both accidents and flooded roads. Now, let's move on to today's headlines. A fire broke out early Thursday at Loreto Extension, Corner Legarda, Barangay 420, Zone 43, Sampaloc, Manila, damaging around 80 homes. Fire Senior Inspector Cesar T. Babante reported that the blaze affected densely populated areas. Among the victims were Daily Tribune's reporter Pat Santos, who was on the scene. Authorities are still investigating the cause of the fire as evacuation and relief efforts continue for displaced families in the area. Julie Dondon Patidongan, former security chief of Atong Ang's cockfighting farms, claimed Ang and actress Gretchen Barreto were involved in the abduction and alleged killings of over 100 missing sabongeros. Patidongan said he was offered 300 million pesos to recant his statement. Ang's camp denied the accusations, calling them extortion and lies. They plan to file charges against Patidongan. The victims' families now hope the claims bring accountability and justice. Former Speaker Martin Romualdez is posed to retain his post in the 20th Congress, with 287 lawmakers backing his bid, according to Rep. Jude Asidre. Despite talks of possible challengers like Reps Chanco, Benitez, and Frasco, Romualdez's camp claims near unanimous support. Voting will take place on July 28 before the president's SONA. Critics warn his leadership could deepen House divisions, but allies insist the chamber remains united. In international news, U.S. President Donald Trump's landmark tax and spending bill hit a major roadblock in the U.S. House as Republican leaders struggled to unite their divided party. The $4.5 trillion package boosts military funds and tax cuts, but risks $3.4 trillion in added debt and deep Medicaid cuts. Speaker Mike Johnson delayed voting for hours as holdouts resisted. President Trump continues lobbying for swift approval ahead of his July 4 deadline. Saudi Arabia and Indonesia signed agreements worth around $27 billion covering clean energy, petrochemicals, and mineral resources. The deals were made during Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto's visit to the kingdom, where he met Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Both nations also pledged closer cooperation on crude oil supply and sustainable energy chains. Trade between the two countries reached $31.5 billion over the past 5 years, according to Saudi state media. Jollibee Food Corporation and the Department of Trade and Industry trained 106 MSMEs through the Joy in Learning program held in Ortigas. The session aimed to turn small businesses into stable enterprises and future Jollibee suppliers. DTI Secretary Cristina Roque urged entrepreneurs to seize support programs and keep growing. The initiative supports MSME digitalization, financing, and mentoring, with both parties set to monitor participants' progress for real business outcomes. In sports, Alas Pilipinas faces Thailand's EST Cola tonight at 8 p.m. in a do-or-die quarterfinal match at the 2025 VTV Cup in Vietnam. The Filipinas, riding back-to-back wins, aim to reach the semifinals for the first time since 2023. Powered by Brooke Van Sickle, MJ Phillips, and Vanny Gandler, Alas expects a tough challenge from the Thai squad led by former Creamline import Kutika Kaupin and under-21 standouts. In entertainment, the Society of Philippine Entertainment Editors unveiled nominees for the 8th Eddie Awards, set on July 20 at Newport World Resorts. Sid Lucero, Judy Ann Santos, and Marian Rivera lead major acting categories. Films like Green Bones, Outside, and Love Child dominate nominations. Special honors go to Ogie Diaz, R.S. Francisco, and GMA Pictures. The awards celebrate cinematic excellence in 2024, with the delayed telecast airing on Kapamilya Channel and I Want TFC. Now, a quick look at today's horoscope. Patience is your ally today, Capricorn. Delays may test your resolve, but steady effort will pay off. Financial matters need attention. Review details carefully. A quiet moment brings clarity in personal decisions. Trust your discipline to guide you forward smoothly. Check your luck. The universe might have a surprise in store. And today in Philippine history, did you know, Katribu, on this day in 2020, President Rodrigo Duterte signed the controversial Anti-Terrorism Act into law. The measure drew sharp criticism from human rights groups over fears of abuse and threats to civil liberties. Despite protests, it replaced the Human Security Act and expanded the government's surveillance and detention powers. Now, in viral news, social media couple Lenny Aicardo and makeup artist Haji Alejandro amazed fans with a Detective Conan-inspired photo shoot to celebrate. Well, that's all for now. Join us again at noon for more updates. I'm Nicholas Price, and this has been Tribune News on Q. Have a great morning and stay safe and dry, Katribu.